Hello, this is Margaret Ajibolo, the STEM Positive Disruptor, and today I have a special guest, Thierry Tchangole. He's the founder and CEO of Smart Energy and CosmoLAB Hub in the Republic of Benin, Africa. Um, today we want to celebrate him because he's an amazing guy and he's doing great things within his arena, his space. And I want him to us to just hear him and what he's doing with regards to this startup project of company, Smart Energy and CosmoLAB. The reason why we set up this platform is we want to educate, we want to raise awareness, we want to change perception, demystify what STEM is, like science, technology, engineering, mathematics. We want to showcase the diverse roles and diverse people that work within our industry. We want to show what's happening in different parts of the world and what the breakthrough they're doing as well. And Thierry, he's an innovator. He's done. He will talk about it. But anyway, without further ado, hello, Thierry.
Hello, Margaret. Hopefully you got too well. I'm blissfully grateful for being here and being contact on this awesome day with you, and to share a little bit more about me and what's going on.
Okay, please tell us more about you and your journey and why you set up these two startup companies and what you're doing within the Republic of Benin.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. I'm founder and CEO at CosmoLAB Hub. So CosmoLAB Hub is a startup. We have two states. So we are a company, a corporate company, and we are as well an association. So with the same vision, the same missions, the same objectives, but different activities and different specific activities and objectives. We are in the sectors of education technologies and climate technologies. So in the education technology perspective lens, we have different projects going on. One's called Destination Wangari, which is a edutainment content multimedia platform stream such as comic book, cartoon, video gaming to showcase and build a holistic narrative around astronomy and aerospace in order to engage youth, women, and kids into science, technology, engineering, art, mathematics, and innovation study. So around space technologies. So those content will be released in different stream media, which will be available for people on Disney, National Discovery, Netflix platform, as a long series of animations that we watch, seeing African characters working in space industry. So we are working to show how the first female Africa trailblazing women Africa wants to become astronauts and how they went through the journey, how they overcome the difficulties, the challenge they went through, despite the lack of access to electricity, to learn, lack of money for the parent to pay the tuition, school tuition, and so on and so forth. So despite all the challenges, how they overcome them and how they succeed in the domain as an astronaut and space engineers as Africans. Alongside to that, we have a different projects under STEM. We noticed that science, technologies, engineering, all those fields have a language and vocabulary, and we required a vocabulary to understand how to interact in the industry, because science is like someone who is in music, or we use piano or keyboard to play music and so on and so forth. So it's the same things in science. There's a language, and that language requires some vocabulary to understand and to use to talk and interact with people in the industry. That's why we initiate a program called Science Discovery and Mentorship, which we use a programs aims to teach to kids and youth, and even if students at university, how to conduct research development projects, how to make how to read a scientific book, how to read graphs, how to read formulas. It's because we notice that it's because people do not most of the time understand the vocabulary behind science, technologies, engineering, all those stuff. They do not feel comfortable to studying it. So there's a lot of actually lack of workforce of people in those domains. As you see in the global world, we need currently more 20 times of current engineers in the world to solve the world's biggest problems. So, there's a lot of gaps of workforce there. People prefer fashion or for fun. I don't know what else because it brings money. But science is a domain where there is a big money, a big deal to do as well. So you can be wealthy, rich person as a scientist. So it depends how you position yourself in the domains. So that's what we are trying to do. We organize as well an event, a yearly event called Astronomy Week and Space Discovery, which is an event we organize at Cotonou, in Parakou in the north of Benin, and at Cotonou we are in the 4th edition this year, where we were able to gather people from different areas, different domains, where we shared opportunities and jobs in space domain, space industry. So showcase space technology while doing as well hands-on activities on practical hands-on activities like robotics, how robots, why people invest thousands of dollars in space domain. What is the spirit and the goal behind all those is to collect data and collect information to preempt and forecast things where women cannot be at permanent presence to study those things. So we build robots so to collect, to have those information now bringing into a pipeline where people can see it on screen, study it. So we link all those the languages to show people that, yes, no matter the domain you are currently, or no matter what you are expected to be, you have your word, you have your skills and talent can be applied to space domain. So choose even if you are programmer, you are data scientists, data analysts, data engineers, all those stuff is really well applied in the domain. And as an example for all those stuff, while we talk to people, we also have a research development department where we work on a concrete solution. We develop concrete solutions regarding climate change and global warming. Actually, there's a solution called SATCAP-CO2, SATCAP, another one, SATCAP-OCEAN. Satellite cap stands for satellite capture carbon dioxide, and reciprocally satellite capture oceans. What is the aim? The aim of it is a platform where through you can visualize in 3D the pinpoint of greenhouse concentration in the atmosphere in situ over the globe, no matter where you are in your position. Because we know, and most of the times, the source of the emissions, but we don't know most of the time where those emitted with a flow, where they are seen in the atmosphere. And we have to remove those greenhouse gases from the globe in order to make the globe ease and more comfort for us. So we designed that platform which will help governments, institutions, UN institutions to have accurate information and data about the location of those greenhouse gases in the territories. So country by country, monthly, yearly, and so on and so forth, and hourly as well. So we are in a prototype stage at that for that solution. As currently, we were able to collect data in 59 countries in Africa, across Africa, in 2021, through all the years, so month by month, and so on and so forth. So study those data. So only that project, it required 10 different skills at least. So teledetections, people expertise in tele detection, GIS, technology, programmers, front-end, back-end developers, UX, US, experienced user, as interface graphic designers, modelers, a lot of stuff, a lot of people working on that project, analysts, take business side, because there's a business side. So those data we sell will be sold because the solution is based on SaaS, software as a service, and platform as a service solutions. So now the second goal of the project, the second goal is to trap the carbon located with a drone, where we've assisted in a chemistry electro device, which we will trap the carbon, and then we can valorize the carbon as a fertilizers and sequestration, marine sequestration, as a biofuel as well, even if in the beverage industry, they use the carbon as well in pharmacy to produce in medical productions.
Yes.
And the hydrogen as well can be valorized to use as a carburant, a fuel for engines. So because the process we separate the molecule of the methane, the hydrogen a part and carbon a part, so the hydrogen can be valorized. So this is a solution we're working on. Actually, the same things that I love to call the sister of SATCAP CO2 is SATCAP-OCEAN. This is the same process, but it targets plastic waste pollution in oceans. Yearly there is an average of 10 tons of plastic waste unfilled in oceans per year. So we have a concern to see where and how can we remove those plastic waste from oceans. So we use some robotics elements piloted by a VR headset to remove the plastic waste. And we already did a test before in a small environment to see how it can work.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm particularly interested in sustainability as well, because actually there's a lot of interest around moon explorations. And as soon as humans have interest about a space, knowing that that space will be polluted. This is like what we did on the earth at the beginning of industrial revolutions. And we currently, you see, people use the earth that God gives to us randomly and without taking care of what will happen later. And we are suffering climate change, global warming. So kind of things might happen if we didn't synthesize and develop some device or solution, put in place some rules, some laws, some materials that will help to protect the environment, the moon surface environment. And by 2050, there will be permanent activities on moon surface. So currently, we are working on a solution called Green Moon, which is a device that will help to recycle biodigest human waste and other biological feedstock on moon surface, which will be valorized as a fertilizers for cross productions. So yeah, there some projects, a lot of things going on at CosmoLAB Hub. We try to.
That is amazing, and I'm so impressed that the thing you're doing, not just in the Republic of Benin, and also raising awareness about space, all things space, and also to enthuse more young people, adults, women, from a very young age to old as well. Also in a way changing the way things are seen in that part of in the Republic of Benin. And I applaud you and I celebrate you as well. And I also like what you're doing with your startup project, startup company, where smart energy is concerned. I know you just briefly touched on that, but also the CosmoLAB and how they integrate as well. So No, I know there's so much, and because of the time, I just really want the audience to be able to see that, look, there's so many things, exciting things happening, and the fact that you're quite vigilant and quite innovative in, with your the tool, this what you got, the satellite capture carbon dioxide to be able to identify what's going on and capture those information, which can be then relayed and used in so many different ways. And then, to me, I'm very impressed that also you said in 2021, from 59 countries in Africa, you were able to capture data, which is very useful. And I think this is something that we need to celebrate, that you are doing something very, you're taking the initiative through your companies to bring change and seeing what can we do to to transform our areas as well. So I applaud you for doing that. What then would you say is the things that would help you? Because you're still in that visibility, still the prototype where you want to take it to the next level. So what are the things, what are your projections for the next, I don't know, what would you like to see happening? Because, you're not just educating from that perspective. You talk about science, technology, engineering, art, mathematics, arts, in innovation, the combination of those and use it in there. And you talked about the edutainment, where you use it
Edutainment,
edutainment.
which is education plus entertainment by combined together to release content to teach things to people.
Exactly, and that's what people are looking. And this is the way forward, really, if you think about it, because people are visual. People like for you to capture the audience. They want to be able to see something they relate, but do it in such a fun way that it will engage them as well. Because one of the things I noticed as well is that one of your taglines is that serving the community through space science and technology, and this is what you're doing with CosmoLAB and CosmoLAB Hub, and also where your smart energy, you're combining those two elements to ensure that the things that can happen, but also that you talk about the money side of things, that maybe we need to be creative and visionary about how we can develop and also help the community to come along with you, because it's about change, and for change to happen, you have to start somewhere, and that's what you're basically saying. And it's not just for the part of Benin, of just Benin, but globally. It's about transforming the nation globally as well. So please tell us what's the next step, very briefly. What are the things that you're projecting for the next step?
Thanks so much, Margaret, for that question and recaps all those stuff. And the next step for us actually is to go out of labs. Okay, in other words, is to find a lot of support, collect a lot of support, receive a lot of support in terms of money, in terms of technical support and mentorship as well, network, to thrive and develop all those solutions which already have made some impact in the community, not only here in Benin. Believe me, people attend to the event that I said from Canada, Haiti, France, Cameroon, Burkina Faso, and it was free. It was for free, and we organized all those stuff from our own pocket, our own money. We didn't have received any external investment, and people are really, really, really excited and thrilled about those kind of things. They didn't even at the end want to go to home. At the beginning, yeah, really sure. At the beginning, the event was for a day, just for a day. And later the next year went through 3 days.
Wow.
And now it's become a full week event. You see, and just to mention, to give you a testimony, there's a lady actually who is studying astrophysics in France. After attending that event, he was not even able to enroll himself to attend, but he just called at the day, an hour before the event starts, and say, I want to attend this. He didn't even have a phone. I don't know where he found the phone. She is far away from the town, and she came. She attended at the end of the day, at the end of the she came to me. She put her arm on my shoulder, and say, "Thank you so much for organizing this thing. I didn't
Wow.
believe that things like that would be possible in Benin." My dream since my childhood is to be astronaut. And when I said this to my parents, they said, you will be the astronaut of your house or astronaut of the country. We didn't have schools, we didn't have lab, we didn't have all those stuff. But how will you make it happen? And I said to him, no matter what, if either I'm still in life or I'm passed away, your dream will become true. And
Absolutely.
I said that just because I believe that from of the network that I've built till so far,
Yeah.
from being national point of contact for AGC,
Yeah.
as being a member of International Astronomical Federation. So I
Mhm.
started connecting her to people in that industry working on those
Wow.
domains.
Yeah.
And I said that her, there is a condition. The condition one, you have to start speaking English. You have to start reading some documents. You have to
Yeah.
working, having physical exercise, working on your body. And she
Yeah.
started sending me email in English. And we
Oh,
have
that's so
regular
nice.
meetings. And later, after her bachelor degree, she went to France studying astrophysics. You see, so there is that kind of there's a lot of kind of testimony
Of
like that,
course.
but
Yeah.
we are looking for support actually as a next stage to come back to your question, to investment funds, donations, uh, to increase and enlarge those kind of activities to make it uh, possible, not only in Benin, but everywhere we are called. We have a curricula that we design by ourselves, process by process, how to teach those kind of to run those activities, to exercise them, no matter where is the needs is. And the needs is everywhere. No, every place where there is kids is a need. They
Yeah,
need CosmoLAB
of
Hub.
course.
CosmoLAB
Yeah.
Hub is called be
Yeah.
there. So
Yeah.
that's it.
Okay. So tell them, just how can they connect with you? What's your contact and not contact, the link to where they can find more information about what you're doing?
The easiest way, okay, there's two ways. LinkedIn, just type Thierry Tchangole, you will find me. The second way is you can email directly by putting Thierry in small characters, dot Tchangole, arrobas, dot space generation, SPACE, generation, GENERATN, sure.
Right.
IEON.
All right. Just
dot org.
send me the
Yeah,
details. I'll put it on the thing as well so they can have that.
dot
But
org.
I am so proud of you. I am so impressed with what you're doing in that part of the world. I'm so appreciative of how you're enthusing others because she had to come to one of the programs you set up and she felt so, I don't know, enthused and excited that, hold a minute, there's the possibilities there and it's real. And now she's studying astrophysics in France.
Yeah.
If she didn't make that connection with you, she may still be thinking, "Oh, how am I going to do what now, this and that." But look, you gave her hope. You showed her what's possible. And this is why we do what we do. We set up this platform to educate, to raise awareness, to change perception, demystify. That's exactly what you're doing. And not only that, you're also looking how to preserve the community, looking at the climate change and what solutions can be provided to stop this change and transformation that's taking place. And you're also through your startup companies is looking at providing solutions. Even though if it's still in the early stage, you're doing something. And to me, that I applaud you for that. I'm really excited about the future, and I really want the audience to please listen to our conversation, to like, to make comment, to subscribe, to show what they're, to show the appreciation of you as well, but also to share with their network, because again, what we're trying to do is spread the word. We want to see what collaboration is important to get people to start working together from all over the world to show what they can do to add to what you're already doing, but also to share what, because one thing I do love about is that you talk yourself as you describe yourself as a not just a scientific entrepreneur working in education, space engineering, and renewable energy, but like you're a driver of change. And to me, that's so important that we can't be stuck in the same place. We have to evolve all the time. And that's what you're showcasing right now with all the projects that are happening, that you're involved in with your team, the team that are working with you, who have the same passion as you. I applaud you all guys there, and I'll be looking out for you because I like your energy. I call you a philosopher, a guy who can see things, but you can see things beyond that, a visionary as well, because you see things, you can see the bigger picture. It's just getting everything to work together and getting, those areas of gaps that you feel that are missing, to pull it together to showcase to the world the difference and how Africa is coming up as well in that space world. So thank you, Thierry. I enjoyed the conversation. I enjoyed what you said. I'm really enthused about what you're doing in your space, and I really do want people to listen to you. And again, I just want to say thank you so much for being part of this program, this platform. I just want everyone to listen to you. So thank you, Thierry. Thank you so much.
I'm so excited. It's just a part of my responsibility to show people that everything is possible. And for sure, we are in the digital area today. People are showcasing everything, enabling, saying women into digital area. For course, I do agree with them. I don't hate them, but they have to understand and know that behind all those stuff, there is a science. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that we should not miss it. And this we have to focus on and support and begin to bring people to understand, because we as well, there's a lot of things we can discover as well. There's a lot of things that we can discover.
Of course.
And the world, as since the beginning, is a programmer. It's a programming. So everything is programming. Programming is everywhere.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Thierry. I really enjoyed just listening to you and what the things that are happening in the Republic of Benin, and your initiatives and all the programs that are taking place, and how you're enthusing young people, raising awareness about everything space. So I'm really impressed that you're bringing Africa, at least that part of Africa, up in the sense to get people to see what's going on in that space. But also, it's about also hopefully people see in Africa that listen to this will also hopefully connect with you as well, because we need that. Africa is great. There's so much potential in Africa. We can't just complain about what does not work, but we look at the potential, what is possible in that part of the world as well. So anyway,
most people understand, like I say, Africa is a destination of the future. So diaspora people.
Thank you. I love that.
I say,
Africa is the destination of the future. I like that very much. Everyone has had their say now. It's now Africa's turn, right?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Well, no, thank you very much anyway. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and see you soon.
Yeah, see you soon.